So the Prophet Yusuf al-Islam told the one who was about to be freed that whenever you will go to the king, mention me in front of him, that there was a man who you jailed long time ago because your wife was accused. Now it has been forgotten. Please take me out of the prison. There is a great lesson in this part, that Prophet Yusuf al-Islam had one chance to get out of the jail and he availed it. He did not say that, no, I trust the Lord Almighty, He is the one who has put me into jail and He is the one who is going to take me out of it. So I will never ever ask the creation, I will just believe in the Creator. So I will not do anything, just sit here and wait for the God's decision to take me out of it. No, he took the chance as soon as he got the opportunity. So keep in mind, whatever is in your hand, you need to take the step and leave the rest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the man to whom Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam told that he is going to get free, when he got freed and went to the king, what happened was, فَأَنْسَهُ الشَّيْطَانُ ذِكْرَ رَبِّي, like Shaitan made him forget the mention to his master. Oh great, there was only one chance to get out of the jail, but what happened was, فَلَبِثَ فِي السِّجْنِ بِضْعَ سِنِينَ, and Yusuf al-Islam remained in the prisons for several years. Just imagine how stressful that would be for Hazrat Yusuf al-Islam, that there was only one chance to get out of it and now he had to stay there for several years. But amazingly, there was not even a single word from his mouth of hopelessness or complaint that, oh my God, definitely something is going wrong, I have a black eye, or somebody envies me and has done some black magic on me. This is why everything is getting upside down. Nothing is working out for me. No, nothing. He did not say anything of these sorts. Whatever was in his hand, he kept on doing it, and what was not in his hand, he was patient and waited for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make the things better for him. This should be the lifestyle of every person, that whatever is in your hand, you just do it and leave the rest to the Lord Almighty to settle down for yourself. Don't start thinking about negative things all the time immediately. Taking unnecessary tensions on the things which you don't have in your hand leads to worsen the things. They do not make things right. So Yusuf alayhi salam was patient, and look how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helped him out. The king had a dream. What he did was, he gathered the people and said, Ya ayyuhal mala'u aftuni fi ru'ya in kuntum li ru'ya ta'burun. O eminent ones, explain to me my vision, if you should interpret visions. I have seen a dream, 7 fat cows being eaten by 7 that were lean, and 7 green spikes of grain and others that were dry. Now the courtiers of the king, when they gathered, they should have simply said that we do not know the interpretation of these visions. But it's of human nature that even if you don't know the things, you need to say, yes, I know. So they did the same thing. What they said to the king was, وَمَا نَحْنُ بِتَأْوِيلِ الْأَحْلَامِ بِعَالِمِينَ. They said, it is but a mixture of false dreams, and we are not learned in the interpretations of dreams. Like, you've been stressful whole day taking care of the kingdom. This is why you are having these sort of nightmares or bad dreams. So this is just a useless one, instead of plainly telling him that we do not know. It's the nature of the human beings that whenever they see a loss of the world about to happen, then they admit that they do not know. Otherwise, it is very difficult for them to say that we do not know. So, for example, in front of the doctor, and they always say, yeah, I don't know about the disease, because they know, like, if they will say, yeah, I know about the disease, they will be the one who will be in problem. the king told them the dream, the person who was freed from the prison where Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam was quickly remembered that Yusuf alayhi salam interpreted one of the dream for him, and it was true one. So he ran towards Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam and said, Yusuf, are you Siddiq? Oh my friend Yusuf. Now you see, because his own interest and benefit is involved, so he's like saying, oh my friend and everything. From here onwards, Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam's freedom started. Eventually, Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam was released from the prison, and when he went to the king was very excited to see him, because he knew that Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam interpreted the dream for him, and it was a true one. And he was in a very excited mood, and Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam noticed that. Now we all know that when the kings want to reward someone, they do it according to their own level. Not like for example, if a laborer is happy with you, what is the poor guy going to give it to you? Like a hug, nothing else, right? Let's say if your father got very excited, what is he going to give it to you? Maybe $1,000, not more than that, right? So when the kings are excited and they really want to reward you, they do it as per their own level. Once Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam realized that the king will be giving him any position which he will ask for, he did not miss this opportunity. So here is a very good example for the religious people how to use their wisdom to introduce Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to someone. Now Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam could have told them that I am the prophet and Allah has sent me to introduce himself, and because you are a disbeliever, leave your kingship and give it to me, the rulership of this country, because you are a non-Muslim. He did not do that. He just realized that king is very happy with him, and the most successful step at this particular time will be to save and take the position of finance minister, because when he interpreted the dream to the king, Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam realized that not only he saved Egypt from economic crisis, but he also saved the king from losing his kingdom, because once the economic crisis are there, people always re-elect someone else. So Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam very smartly decided that if he will become a finance minister at that time, that not only he will be able to save the Egypt, but he will be becoming a king in the future because of his good performance by saving the Egypt from economic crisis. And he did not also say to the king that, oh king, that make me one institution so I will teach children over there, or just make one masjid, or where I will just sit down over there and take the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Or he did not give any other options. Like he knew that once he will be the king in the future, then there will be institutions, there will be masjids, and then he will be able to introduce Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala massively. But right now the important position is to get the finance ministry. So Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam did two very important things over there. First, he identified what was the most valuable thing at that particular time. Secondly, what would be acceptable by the king. Like if he would have said to the king that to leave his kingdom and give everything to Yusuf alayhi salam, that would not be acceptable. What was acceptable was if he would have given him the finance ministry, that would be acceptable, and then he will show the good performance to the people, so he will become a future king of the Egypt, and then everybody will be listening to Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam. So he made very smart decisions, and it is for us to learn from these verses. that don't get excited or too much in a panic state or make his decision. Just calm down, focus, and then take the right decisions. So Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam saw the opportunity and grabbed it and said, Ij'alni ala khaza'inil ard, appoint me over the storehouses of the land. And then he said, Inni hafizun alim. Now keep in mind that these are the most important qualities which should be there in the finance minister. First, the finance minister should be very honest. He should not be looting all the storehouses. Secondly, he should have the knowledge of how to import and export and how economy works. So on the basis of the piety, you cannot hire someone because he's very pious and he can do all the work. He needs to have a knowledge and he needs to be honest. So Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam, when asking the king about the position of finance ministry, he did not say this to him that, oh, I'm the prophet, on the basis of my piety you should hand over this position to me. No, but what he said was, I am honest and Allah has also given me the knowledge of how to export, how to import, and at the time of the crisis how to settle down the economy. And when the crisis will hit the Egypt, instead of getting hit, you will be earning more money. For example, at the time of the corona, when the people or the countries who planned it well made more money and their economy grew instead of crashing. So Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam did the same thing over here, and he took the opportunity. Eventually he became the king, and then he called all his family from Sham to Egypt. From village life to city life, this is also known to be a success because there are more facilities in the city than in village. So though it is not my topic, but what Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam did when he met his father Yaqub alayhi salam, he did not utter a single word of negativity. He only started to talk about the good things happened to him all of this time when he was apart from his father. Imagine if you would have been in that situation where all these things would have happened to you, what would you do? In my case, I know, like, if I would have met my father after so many happenings, I would have gotten completely emotional and I would have started from the day one when the bad things started to happen to me. Oh, my father, first I ended up in the well, and from there I was sold in the markets, and from there I ended up having false claims on myself, and I was imprisoned, and from after prison I went to become this finance minister, and finally I can take a breath of freedom. Oh, it was so hard time. But look how Yusuf alayhi salam reacted. He did not utter a single word from his mouth of negativity. He was always was very thankful of what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him all of his life. So when he saw his brothers prostrating him, what he said was to his father, هذا تأويل رؤيا من قبل قد جعلها ربي حقا. As soon as he saw his brothers prostrating him, my father, this is the explanation of the dream which my Lord Almighty showed me when I was a child. Immediately he started to praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Prostration was permissible at that time. وَقَدْ أَحْسَنَ بِإِذْ أَخْرَجَنِي مِنَ السِّجْنِ. My Lord blessed me more. He took me out of the prison. مِنْ بَعْدِ أَنْ نَزَغَ الشَّيْطَانُ بَيْنِي وَبَيْنَ إِخْوَتِي. After Shaitan had induced estrangement between me and my brothers. So what Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam is doing is, he put all the blame on the shaitan for what the brothers did. Why? Because he has already forgiven his brothers, and a respectful person does not keep on repeating the same thing again and again after forgiving someone. And what else did he say? وَجَاءَكُم مِّنَ الْبَدْوِ. O my father, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed you and my family. He brought you and all of them from the Bedouin life. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did was, He took them away from the village life of Sham and brought them to city life of Egypt. Because the city life is considered as a successful life, this is why the Prophet is mentioning a city life, a success and a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then he said, Inni Rabbi latiful lima yasha. Indeed, my Lord is subtle in what He wills. Meaning, apparently it seems like failure, but eventually Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us a success. So whatever Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam went through in his life, basically Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was planning an ultimate success for him. This is what he was telling to his father and his family members too. And he is the one who is all-knowing, the all-wise. Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam started to relate all these happenings, getting out of the jail as a success, and then he's relating becoming a king of the Egypt as a success, and then from village life to city life is a success. So this shows that all of these are the blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which we should not take for granted, and we should always be thankful to Him whatever He plans for us. So this was the Tafseer of Surah Yusuf part 2. I hope you will implement all these beneficial things which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us in your life. May Allah guide you and all of us the same way He has guided the Prophets. Ameen. And thank you for watching.